This is a group thing. Yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You got to worry about the ground game. And maybe there's some kind of deception going against this second.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Off the play fake. Fires to the right. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
So the quarterback let us turn too much of that outlet. God, I think in the future, just try to put it on his front shoulder. It's a lot easier to get
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check back. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Badgers will try to pull them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space.
And they've been guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get to the small runs, only to see when they boom. They make those big plays because they got big time playmakers with speed and running back.
From inside his own 50, and he loses the football. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
The fumbles really just comes down to like oblong shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. The offense right there, very lucky that one.
Give to the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged. Right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. And the Badgers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt with the room. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give to the back. Finding open areas. Got it for the pitch. He gets it to the 31-yard line. Big play for this offense.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to block runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, and taking the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
The Ducks come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Using his legs and screen. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And winning first down is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Power football with the run. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked. Good run and a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle, unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking, huge gain. If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Going with the ground game left. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. Try to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFO.
On third down, he drops to throw. On a little time, lets it go. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. New center down is right on the doorstep for this offense. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Ducks! That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
And he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. Just to make big play after big play for his offenses. That's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big play.
Pretty impressive, too. When you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting guard to go in the box. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Looking downfield, it's Garrison. Hauls it in. How about that weight room work he's showing off there as he gets across the 20? He'll mark it at the 22. The Badgers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. There's a loose football in the bad pitch. Defensive score. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement. Turning it on! Got the first down and more. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Wisconsin's had a long list of great running backs, but those big fellas up front, that's a pipeline to pro football.
Unbelievable. Joe Thomas will be proud. Just paving the way, just physical. They always can block the run game so well, and they're going to establish it. Every game Wisconsin plays, they're going to run the football.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Now the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
They're able to find a tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Back to throw, it's Garrison. Rushes on him. Lets it fly. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Badgers will punt this one away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They could not have drawn up a better start than this, already up 21-0. They'll crank up this drive from the shotgun, they'll run it. Makes it past the marker. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Ready. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the ground game. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Ducks come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets to the first at the 29. As they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They get him on the ground, but not before he throws all the way to the 5. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. Here we go. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And again, stopped right in his tracks, nowhere to run.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big...
Touchdown, Ducks! Nice drop through the air for the score.
And this crowd was already checked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game. And the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been a home.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific shootout this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 4 to ULM. Obviously, big implications here in the Sun Belt, and as this one plays out, we'll keep you posted.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Dropping back. It's Garrison. He'll pull it down and run. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
And some room to work. There he goes. And a defender missed. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Bobo. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground cover. Pick up the 1st.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
He's got it down the middle. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29. The Badgers have this offense rolling. Out of the gun to give to the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Badgers in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
Here we go.
Back to throw, it's Garrison. Punch it out of the air. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice play, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
It's complete on the right side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Badger! Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Creates a little room. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
They go right back to it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Quickly complete.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. In your own territory, 4th down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
Why, you appreciate going for that?
Yeah, man. It's complete to the left. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. To the air on 1st down. Looking for an open area to his left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there versus 2nd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. A design run for the quarterback. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? To the air, it's Garrison. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Badgers come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
I know it's early in this game, but man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job. Purdy built a huge lead. Now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground.
Returners only get so many chances in a game, and you really want to maximize. You want to take it to the house. You want to make those big plays. But a lot of times you forget about that small detail of securing the football. You gave it up, and thank goodness it was a return.
And the Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Crosses the 30 to the 29 before he stopped. Pick up a 5 on the play. It's a 1st down.
And that's a good 2nd down run. Commit to the running game. Run the football. Great gain. Great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Looking downfield on 1st down. They're working that right side. They make the stop, and not before they do their work up top to pick up the 1st down. The Ducks are in the red zone. Big 27 jump. Big 27 jump. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got out of trouble and throw. Finds his big tight end. They get him stopped at the 2, and it'll be 1st and goal.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. On the move. And he runs it.
front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today. They still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 10 over ULM. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. Let's go, let's go. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And this offense has been a story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right.
And the Badgers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They'll see if they can find some running room up the right here. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. The Ducks with the first and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. He's got some space. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Looking to fire. Throws for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. And the Ducks are at the line looking to convert on third and short. It'll be a run on third and short. He's got more. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
No secret sauce, no tricking people. Third down and 1. I got to be the more physical team, Jesse, and they were.
And it's so nice, too, when you've got playmakers like that guy that can take a play that's only designed maybe to get a couple yards and turn it into a big gainer. This offense is loaded with weapons.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more.
Got some room.
The quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the point after is good. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Back to throw, it's Garrison. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Clock kicks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Motion from the back. To the air on second down. Got his man on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big one.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Badgers line up to run it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Looking to throw on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off and does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have, the skill positions throwing the football.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking for the goal line. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
They pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at third and goal. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And they just tack on a foot of the board in this gargantuan lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. The give. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Badgers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. 27 jump. Looking to pass. It's Garrison. Makes the grab. The Badgers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here we go. The option look. The pitch. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Always a welcome play for the defense. They get a sack at the 47. And the managers will send out the punt unit. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field, nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. Just got to make the catch.
Makes the grab. It's good. Turning it off. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. And off from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Throws to the tight end. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Reed. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw. You want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the stage for you.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, we haven't seen this very much today. A quarterback missing on a pass. Of course, his offense is rolling right now. He's already thrown 2 TDs. He's in a very, very good rhythm. The defense needed a play like that to try to catch their breath.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Grab behind the line. It's Jamison. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The give to the back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective, trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Finds the tight end. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Badgers will have it 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Handoff from the gun. Fights off a defender.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front.
And the ball comes in front of disastrous play. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the ball, going to get a turnover, and the offense falls.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hauls it in, looking for space.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has put points out. The offense obviously just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
On the move from inside his five. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air. It's Algier. Pocket breaking down. Down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Badgers will line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right on the money. How much does it help your blocking scheme to have a guy who finds the crease? He gets to the 39. The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's him. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the...
A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. He's got an open man. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players. And I don't
gracious, they just keep finding that Oregon to trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick up and put it down and make big plays.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing. The Jimmys and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet and not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
And the Badgers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They got zero push up front and they stopped him in the backfield. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Wants to return it. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Wide open downfield. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job too, getting onto the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard instead. It's 4th down. The Badgers will call on their punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Great place to start for this offense. Going right to work up top. It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked in what this defense is trying to do.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Fires to the end zone. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably wouldn't quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
They get to him as he throws. Ball falls to the turf.